The first moment when we moved here, I really thought it's the end of the world.
Billy Howe and his parents are at a government isolation camp called Penny's Bay.
阿爸食飯。
They were sent here after someone on their flight from the US tested positive for COVID. When Billy first arrived, he was put in a single room, which is about 200 square feet.
When we first got here, they split us up. We're basically in the room next to each other. We're getting depressed and scared. At the time, they don't have Wi-Fi here. So I don't have a way to communicate with my parents. But the thing is that my father actually had cancer, and the only reason why I came back to Hong Kong and took leaves is because I want to take care of him. So we explained this to the staff, so they arranged a family room for us to stay together.
Penny's Bay is made up of hundreds of temporary buildings, with 3,500 units. 2 years into the pandemic, the camp is getting more use than ever. Travellers from places where Omicron is spreading must spend the first week of a 21-day mandatory quarantine at the site, before serving the rest in a government-approved hotel.
入嚟 interview 你 What are you doing?
But since Billy and his family were in close contact with someone who tested positive, they have to live here for 21 days.
It's a little small, but general, everything in Hong Kong is a little bit smaller. So this is our room. They actually give you 2 gigabyte SIM card that you can request and get more. But I just ordered one from outside, so I'm not, because I use a lot of data playing video games. Then yeah, you just tether in, use your phone as a hotspot. The family room also doubles as a handicap room, so that's why we have a handicap restroom here. So it's a standing shower. Okay, here's the room where my parents stayed at. And here's my dad doing stretching exercise. So normally you would only get half of this. Yeah, so we got a TV here, and then we got a fridge. So this is another bathroom for my mother. I asked her why, and she said it'd be too dirty or something like that.
Well, actually, this mattress, we request that because originally just come with this very thin stuff.
When they first arrived in Hong Kong, the Howes quarantined in a hotel, but were moved to Penny's Bay after a positive case was confirmed on their flight. Hong Kong is one of the last global holdouts of a strict COVID-0 policy.
So we have to adopt very stringent measures to prevent Omicron from spreading into the community. So far, I would say that we are successful.
Billy and his family are making the best of their situation.
We have 4 choices per meal, and then they also have stuff that, I guess the secret menu that they don't put on there that is special request. So we have a lot of options here. I'm pretty comfortable. It's around an 8. If you don't count it, I have to go outside.
They say their perceptions of Penny's Bay have changed.
People are so caring here, and they really want to know how can they make us feel more comfortable and safe here. It's my surprise because it's a government isolation camp. I didn't expect that. Thank you. I believe we have this wonderful opportunity to stay in the family room is our advantage. But then if people just stay here in a single room, maybe they will feel they got trapped here. So maybe we got a different experience. Mm-hmm. Most people will stay in the single room, right?
Most people will stay in the single room, but then they'll have to deal with the parents, so it'll be an advantage there.